Ever dreamed of having your own website without spending a dime or write a single line of code? Well, today I'm going to show you how to create that stunning blog of yours with GitHub Pages and Jekyll absolutely free. We'll transform plain text to beautiful static website in no time. And as a special bonus, if you stick around till the end, I'm going to show you how to attach your custom domain to your GitHub pages. Let's dive in and start our voyage to the world of no code, no cost blogging. Hey, welcome to the voyage. So I'm going to show you, go straight ahead and not waste any of your time. I'm going to show you how the website look like at the end. Um, so this is the page I created for my YouTube. I want to add, I wanted a blogging feature so I can add a blog and kind of write an article, what I'm doing. And I always think of how can I make this easier for myself. And Jekyll is actually a easy way to do so. It's still a static website, but it gives you some functionality with getting different plugins and add-ons from gems, which are implemented in the Ruby. I don't know much about, but we are going to learn with our together. So this is a very common and famous theme I have chose, and I tried to edit for you guys, and we are going to show going together and check out how we can technically edit this. So it's a beautiful Jekyll, the theme, and I can show you here. So there's a really good website called Jekyll Themes. I'm gonna put it in the description as well. All the URLs I mentioned throughout this video, I'm gonna put them all, I mean always in the whole channel. Whatever I mention, I try to put them all in the description. If I miss anything, and I'm a human after all, if I miss anything, please let me know. I'll definitely send them to you. Um, yeah. So just going to the first page, I want to show you there are tons of themes you can choose. They have been developed. All free themes, beautiful. Yep, that's what we want. So yeah, there are lots of free themes just in this website, and there are more in others as well. So if you want to create a CV, if you want to create your own food blog, and if you want to have your own application website, and this is the one that I chose, beautiful Jekyll, and this is where we are going to start from, and there are way more, and this is just one website, and there are two other websites as well. I'm gonna show you those later as well. um, and yes, so this is what I wanted from my own page or a blog or a website or however we can call it. So I wanted a title and a subtitle, which these are included. I did not add those, but this part I have added, and I added just a little bit of coding. It's no big deal, and it depends if you actually need to feature. You can edit the themes that you are downloading, and it's easy and straightforward procedure. And this is a blog, so I have only one blog, and it's being shown here. The good thing about this approach, comparing to the previous video that I have shown you, if you go here, you have your own URL, and yeah, I think a picture, no, it's just the loading. Uh, yeah, you have your own URL, and you can write whatever you want. And you can also have all your contacts here, and these are all implemented, by the way. So I have not add these or these. I just edited some texts and values, but I have not coded these things. So these are all ready to use. And just to show you a mobile version as well. So I'm gonna go to mobile version like this. So yeah, very beautiful. I've added the background here, resources. These are like pre-made. I'm still editing this website. Author's home will lead me to my own website. And there's also a search bar. You can search the blog, for example, right? Which is really neat. And I have not coded that as well. It's the search bar was there and the functionality and everything. So yeah, it's a very nifty, neat thing, and we're going to see how it works. First and foremost, let's go to the theme that we have chose. So I came here, this is the main page of the theme. It shows, has some demos and everything. I'm gonna go straight to the GitHub. Get Beautiful on the GitHub, all right? There's also a demo page. You can technically go in and see if you like the theme. So yeah, that's basically how it is. There is also a option for dark mode and light mode. So anyway, I liked it overall, and I wanted to choose it. So I went to their GitHub page, and here it's straightforward, tell you how to do it. And I'll just come down. So first, fork the project, and then rename the repository to a username github.io, which is like the main page of your GitHub pages, because you have a main page for every single GitHub account that you have. And that one is going to be with this address, and we can just see it right here, right? The real CodeVoyage.GitHub.io. So when I see such a format, I'll know that this is the username of a person. And there will be a repository in that username with the exact same thing. And this is just hard-coded things, formatted, like formats and standards for GitHub to know which repository to access for your GitHub pages. Anyway, so I have forked this before from beautiful Jekyll, DAATTALI is the username of the person, of the developer. Shout out to him who developed this. It's really nice and well documented, actually, and it got the most stars. Yeah, there are some directories which has meaning, and we're going to check that out. And going back to the steps, yeah. So after you forked the project, you renamed it to your own username and github.io, which is what I did, like above here, right? Then we are going to customize the website setting from the config.yml, and this is pretty straightforward again, and very easy to edit. It's just a bunch of text with a specific syntax and format, but it's a bunch of text, and it's well documented. So there are tons of comments in the code, and when we reach there, and we are going to do that. And then yeah, and that's it. When you push this edited, like after you forked, you change the config file, and when you commit and push it, you can access and we are going to do that very soon. Actually, we can start doing it. Before we access it on the internet, I also want to show you how to do it locally. So going back to the quick start of the Jekyll, so the site is jekylrb.com /documents. I came to this heading of the document. It said it needs some prerequisites. The requirements: we need Ruby, Ruby gems, GCC, and Make. Most of the, I think all of the Linux distros have GCC and Make. We go straight to the requirement here, and it's going to tell you on which OS you have to do what. I'm going to choose Ubuntu. So here it is. We just need to install Ruby full, build essential, and then zlib zliblg, or is that a 1G? I don't know. Dev. These are the requirements. And then we are going to add the installation path, to our bash rc. So we just need to copy paste these codes. All right, if you don't understand it, that's fine. Although I highly encourage you to read about bash rc and everything. It's really nice. I have also explained it a little bit when I instructed bash script, but yeah, it's a very nice file to play with. So yeah, some path is being exported and saved into the bash rc file here, and the bash rc file is getting like regenerated. We are going to open new terminal here, and then we are going to, after that we have the gem command, which works with Ruby. And we are going to install the bundler and the Jekyll. All right, this is the whole installation part. After we've done this, I can just go back here. Yes, it's the same command as the last command there. And here's how we create our new blog. So if I run this, it will create a bunch of files and folders for me. But if you have chose the theme, the developer who developed and created that theme already ran this command on their computer. They changed a bunch of files, made them more beautiful and more robust, and with more functionality and everything. They added all the things that is in the theme, and then made it kind of ready in a package for you. So if you want to create a Jekyll website, Jekyll site, or a blog from the beginning and from scratch, and you want the most minimal version with no theme, this is where you go. This is the command that you need to write. Yeah, but if you have downloaded the theme, which I'm gonna do right now, yeah, we don't need to create a new one because we already have one. We're just going to execute that. So we say bundle exec Jekyll and serve, which runs the server. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to go to the main GitHub repository of a beautiful Jekyll, the theme that I have chose. I'm going to press code. I'm going to download a zip, right? This is the most easiest way. So download is in progress. All right. Okay, so I have extracted the zip file that I've just downloaded, and these are the files inside the zip file. I've created a new directory and extract them all here. I'm gonna open up the VS Code so we can see them better, all right? And I'm gonna make this a little bit bigger. All right, sounds good. So let's start from the beginning, right? Like the beginning of the beginning is the index.html. And let's just see what does it intake. As you can see, it's not even an HTML because the Jekyll gonna re-render things for us and gonna read things, and it has some different formatting for it. So it's supposed to run this from the layout home, and we are passing two keys and values to it technically. So we want to say what is our title and what is our subtitle. And before I go further, let's actually launch this from here, all right? Go to quick start, and this is what I want. Bundle, exec, Jekyll, and serve. You might reach this problem, okay? And we're just gonna read what's the, first of all, I'm gonna add a trace to the end, but the problem is, oh, I have the Jekyll running locally on the other VS Code, which is the actual website, and we're going back to this. So I'm gonna pause this one so that the 4000 port is not in use. And I'm gonna come back here. So as you see, it says that already the address is already in use, so it cannot run the second website on the same address. And also I will add a trace so that we could trace back if any bugs occurred. Running it, it ran fine. The server address is here. So I'm going to double check that. So this was a previous site. I'm gonna refresh this. Here we go. So this is the template theme. Let me just get out of, yeah. So this is a desktop mode. So this is your theme, and you just have to edit some text to it, edit footers, and edit these parts, the header, or how you want to the navigation be, your logo, and stuff like that. And when you edit that, then that's your website, and you can push it. So it's running fine, and I'm going back here, and I'm just changing one thing, right? So, and as you can see, when we type just one thing, they call it hot reloading. So it's waiting for any changes, and it re-render and recompile all the things that needs to be done, and regenerate technically the website for us. It's a static site generator, right? So it generates those static files that is needed. And it does it as long as the Jekyll serve bundle exec Jekyll serve is running. So now if I refresh here, I'm gonna see the title has changed. As easy as that. And I'm gonna leave some parts to you, but we're going to tackle most of the things that interesting and kind of fundamental to know. So I changed this, and I saw the effect. It's working. If I change the subtitle, it's gonna affect too. Okay. If I come here, refresh, here's what I get. Okay. Let's check out what is this layout home. So there are a bunch of folders here with underscore in front of them, and that means something. Technically, that means something to Jekyll. And when we are addressing some stuff in between, and we are going to see, that's where they will come from. So technically, layout is pointing out the layout directory, and home, it means that there is a home file inside that layout. So we have different layouts: base layout, default, home, minimal, page, post. So as you may know, as you already seen, each post have their own pages and they can render fine, right? That's why, because there is a specific layout defined for them, and you can create your own layout as well. Don't be afraid of changing things. This is an open source software, a Jekyll theme, and it has a license. And when you read the license, you'll understand that you can change and you can republish as well. I'm not sure about selling it, but you can also read that there. That's not my main point here. So let's check out what home is about. So layout home, home HTML. So when I go there, I can see that it's actually using another layout as well. So it's like layout in layout and layout. And that's how things are going. So basically, for example, in Django, we have a base, and inside our base, we have header, which is a separate layout. We have a footer, which is a separate layout. And we have like a main body thing, which we put all of our text and content and everything in the middle. And that's also a separate layout. And these three layouts are inside a layout called base. So from that concept, I kind of noted how these things are working. So technically, the index page is the first thing that is being run. It's using the home layout, and when I go to the home layout, it's also using different things. So it's using the layout of the page, and then a bunch of content's gonna be generated here. This is a paginator, if I'm not mispronouncing it, which right now I don't have it, but if I think if I have so many posts, they're going to be numbered, and the next page and the next previous page and stuff like that. Here is when all the posts are being created. So there is a UL element, and for post and posts, start running all these codes. And I'm not going to go through each line by line, but technically this is rendering all my posts in the home page. And since I have only one, well, here I have only one, but the default theme has two posts. And you may ask, where does this post come from then? Well, that's the beauty of it. We're going to get to that right now. So these posts are for post in posts, and that should mean something, right? There is a directory called posts here, and if we open that, we see two files, same number as the posts that exists on the main page. And if we go into each one of them, there are a bunch of metadata on top and the text of each post, right? So it's using the layout post. It has a title, subtitle, cover image, thumbnail image, share image, tags you want to use. So for example, here it has a test tag, books, tests, right? And the author of that post. And then the rest, right? And one good thing that you can do here, since it's a markdown file, you could use markdown syntax as well. So for example, let's make this part bold. Okay. And let's go to the post. Yeah, it's bold. Let's make this one a code piece. Now it's a code piece, right? And so on and so on. So if you just search for Markdown cheat sheet, you will see all sorts of things that you can do with this. Let's, for example, make this part italic, and I think that's 1 star. Yeah, it's a good thing that it's also showing me the preview here. And if I refresh, here we go. This one is different. It's in italic. If I want to add, this is all titled now. I don't want to do that. But yeah, for example, I want this to be a header 2, and then here we go. So you can easily edit things here. And if you remember also from the previous video, it just came to my mind right now, and I'm kind of improvising. You could maybe have an editor implemented, and I'm gonna definitely think about it. And if I could achieve it, I'm probably gonna make a video out of it, but that's for later on. Anyway, yeah, so that's how posts works. So if you want to create a new post, the only thing that you need to do, and you just have to have it in mind, is that you need to create a post with this name format. So year dash month dash day dash, then whatever you want to put there. That's not really important. Actually, it is, I think, important. It's going to be exactly the URL. Yeah. That's why my URL is still sample markdown. I learned something too. I'm happy about it. Yeah, so if you wanted to add a new post, you can just create a new file here, and I'm gonna write 224. Today is 7/11, and then this is a new, oh, my bad, no white spaces. This is my new post.md file, okay? And I come here, we have to have the same layout, you know, and below this I can write whatever I want. Okay, and I'm not going to change the pictures or the thumbnails, but you can definitely do that. So there's an asset folder here which all the images are inside, and you can just add the images that you want and get the relative path of that image. So background image, so I don't know, like let's change the cover, for example. Yeah, that's it. That's it. We have a new post, I believe. The most important thing here is that you should have a layout. The markdown, the Jekyll needs to know what kind of a layout to follow. And this part is really essential. So don't try to change it so much, although I have changed it, and I'm going to show you how I did in my own website. But let's check out this post first. Let's go back to the main page, and here we go. New post, whatever, by your best friend. That's not how friend is spelled. And then we go in. All right, the code block works as well. Beautiful, love it. I have not tried this before, but now I know. the header 1, the header 2, and the code block. Amazing. I have not changed the tags and everything. The good thing is you can also share it in different platforms. That's nice. And you can also like add your social handles here, change things. So let's go back to thing. Oh, this is the background that came in. Very ugly. Anyway, let's go back to the website here. So that's the part I have added, right? And let's see how I did that, because I also want to make it like as easy as possible for myself. So I'm just gonna go to this one. Let me make this bigger too. All right. There are a bunch of files. I don't want to make you confused. If you dig and read the files, you're gonna get the most of things. It was my first time just running a Jekyll file and Jekyll project. But I wanted to change them. I wanted to add codes and everything. But if you just want to run it, and if you want to just edit some headers, some titles, some socials, it's very easy. We also need to take a look at the config file. Let's actually go there first. So the config file is huge, all right? But as you can see, most of it is green. It's okay, it's blocking my doesn't matter. Most of it is green, which means it's comments. And when you read the comments, you can learn a lot. So I'm coming down. The title of my website I have changed. The author is changed. The nav bar I have chose to change some. Not these parts. The about me, by the way, goes to the about me here. So if you have something that, for example, if you have a page for donation and that is static, it's like it has some file that's it's never gonna be changed, or very rarely gonna be changed, like once a year, twice a year, or something like that. You can just create a markdown file here in the root folder and add a nav bar. Let's actually do that. Why not? Let's try. Okay, that's the ADHD mind jumping around. Let's finish this config file first, and then we go there. Yeah, so regarding the logo, what kind of a logo you want to choose. If you want to have your avatar, the logo, if you want it to be around and it's true, and you can also make it back to square, I guess. The socials on the bottom, so the email, the GitHub, Twitter, YouTube, and these are just handles. You don't need to add the whole URL. It will generate the whole URL for you. The Telegram, the Discord invite code. If you want to add a RRS as well, I think I have disabled it. But anyway, if you want to have the ability to share for the users to be able to share your posts, this is where you turn things on. So if they can share in Twitter, true, Facebook true, LinkedIn true, VK false, doesn't really matter. I'm going to turn them true. I'm going to turn them all true. URL pretty. Oh, this is the URL at the bottom. So I have write down my website. This is the one. Yeah. If you want to change colors in general, and here is where the CSS getting all the main colors. So if you want to add your own theme and change the colors in different places, don't go change the CSS just for colors unless like you have to and it's not fixable. I have not faced that. Yeah, not for colors at least, but you can change them all here. Yeah, And different themes might have different plugins, different add-ons, different features in general. Like for example, there is a feature here which I have not yet enabled, but the utterance comments technically creates a comment section for you. So you can have a comment section under your posts, and that's a very cool thing, but I have not yet played with it and enabled it. So I'm gonna leave that to you, and if you encounter any problem, come to the comment section. Yeah, so this is the config.yml, and probably it's the first thing that you need to kind of edit to get your names here and there. Now I want to try that thing that I mentioned, right? I want to add a navbar link over here to a static markdown file. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to check out what about me.md file looks like. So this is how it looks like. It uses a page layout, title. It has a title and subtitle, and then there is like a content part, right? This is the content part. Like when, again, let's go to layout. Let's go to, for example, home. So when we are talking about content, this is what it is. So I'm gonna copy this all, and I'm gonna make another file in a root folder. I'm gonna call it about you, just for the fun of it, right? And I want them to be beside each other. So I'm gonna paste it here, right? So we have created this empty file. Imagine that this is like the donation part that we talked about, right? So it's a static file. You needed something similar to about me. You want some data there, but it's not like about me. You cannot put it there. You want to put it somewhere specifically different, like a donation page. And then what you want to do is you go to config, you come down here, you are going to, okay, yeah, we are going to add about you, semicolon, space, double quote, and it's gonna use the file about you, right? So this about you is the name of the file, and this about you is where we see our navbar link. And just a note here, this is following the syntax of YAML file, YML. Just make sure that you are following the same syntax and don't add like extra space or extra tabs. It's tab sensitive, space sensitive, everything sensitive, all right? Imagine it this way. So if you are changing these things, make sure that it follows the same syntax. Yeah, let's, this is running, okay. Let's go to the server, main page, enter, has not come in, interesting. Okay, that's probably why. So some changes might not work in the hot reload. So as you can see, it has generated it had worked on this file, but it doesn't know where it's being used technically. So what we need to do is we need to stop this, run this the server again, and now it should come in. Yeah, now we have this page. Here we go. Right? Yeah, that's mostly it. For the last thing that I want to mention about Jekyll here is the part that I have edited. So I wanted my latest latest YouTube video to be in my header. And so what I did was I have figured something out. So if I go to my index HTML, this is what I get. Now that I'm thinking, I might change things here. Yeah, like on the spot while I'm recording. So I have added this key called like YT YouTube URL technically, and I have added the embed URL, like when you try to share a video and you get an embedded file. I have pasted this link here, and how it's being used is being passed to the home layout. I'm gonna go to home layout, and when I come here, I'll see that it's being passed to the page layout, and yeah, it's not, I have not passed it here, so I go to page layout now. So in the page layout, the header.html is included here. Technically, the whole layout is brought to, it's not even a layout. It's like a whole different HTML, is not dynamically changing or anything. It's brought to top of this page layout, right? And this is where I wanted to put my YouTube video. So I came to the header HTML. I saw that, so this is where the titles comes in. This is where the subtitle comes in. And so going back here, we need to be, what I was searching for was to see title and subtitle being used in the code. And that's where I needed to kind of figure out how to put my videos in. So I found that in the header file, this title and subtitle is being used and is being converted to HTML kind of. So there's a H1 and H2 that these are being coming in, and at the end of this div, I have added my own. So I have added a div with a display flex, and I gave it a margin top and justified the content. And for the source, I just said page YT URL. And I think I can delete this, but I wanted to just follow the same principle as the title and subtitle. But anyway, so technically I'm getting the source file, the source URL, the embedded URL from the index HTML. So technically, whenever I wanted to change what video I'm showing on top, I just need to change this URL. I don't need to go through all the header files and find this piece and everything. But what I'm gonna do right now, going one step even further, I'm gonna paste part of this URL, and I'm gonna say get the rest. I'm gonna even change how it's being called. I'm gonna say YouTube URL ID, and what I'm gonna do is I'll come here and I remove the partial URL that I implemented. So technically I just need to, also the ID here, yeah. So technically I just need to import the ID. And if you might ask where I get the ID from, so this is the ID. This is the ID in the URL that it showed you. And it's different for every video. Yeah, so for example, if I copy this ID, make sure I copied them all, and if I come here, I paste this ID in, I need to stop this server and start this server, and I need to refresh this same address. Now I'll see the other video is loading up. So it's working. Yeah, so that was all the modification that I have been through for with Jekyll and GitHub, and now it's time for the bonus, the special bonus that I told you about. Um, this is where I want to connect my custom um, domain to my GitHub page. So first and foremost, I will go here to my repository, and then I'll go to setting, and then I'll go to the pages, and then there is a part for a custom domain here, and my custom domain is CodeVoyage.Dev. Okay, save, and there is a link here, so how to configure your custom domain. It's checking the DNS, and DNS is not set yet, so we have to check. We have to add the DNS now. Yes, 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 yes. All right. So there are a bunch of records, DNS records that you have to set. Okay, and we're just coming down to see all list of it. All right. So we need to set 4 DNS record for A, which is like 4 A records, 4 quadruple A records, 1 alias or A name record, and 1 C name record. And for the C name record, we need to add a file. All right, so I'm gonna switch to my domain holder, the website. I got my domain from Squarespace, and I'm gonna see you there. So we have logged into Squarespace, managing our domain. This is my domain, CodeVoyage.Dev. I want to connect this one. I'm going to go to setting of DNS, and I'm going to remove these defaults. I don't want any of them. I want to add my own records. And going back here, a record of these things, just to memorize them. It's 108091011. So the rest is the same because I have to do this a couple of times. Can I do this? Also okay. So the host is usually, you can leave it empty since it's the domain itself. I don't know if it needs it from me. I'm gonna leave it empty. So the host is required. All right, so CodeVoyage.Dev. Okay, save. Save. All right, add another one. So all of them are done. So there's one thing left to tell you. It's another DNS setting, another DNS record called TXT. I'm not really sure if it's mandatory to do because it was not in the document of attaching a custom domain to a GitHub page, but you can, and it's better and it's recommended by me to verify your domain with the GitHub. And how you can do it is when you go to the setting of your GitHub from top right, and click on that, go to the setting, and when you come to the setting, come to the pages section, and when you click on that, you can add a new domain. So you can click add domain and add a new one, and mine is not yet verified, but we will see now that it's working. Let me just click verified C. All right, it's going to take a while, but it's going to be all right. It's when you click add domain and write down your domain and submit it, it's going to right away give you these bunch of codes. And this text plus the dot your domain, which kind of act like a subdomain, it's going to be your key, and this is going to be your value. And you're going to paste them and set them in the DNS setting. So I have added a new record with the type of txt, and the data is the value that gives me, GitHub gives me, and I'm just gonna add them here. And yeah, but the website works right now even fine, and you can check it out yourself. And yeah, the permanent links works as well. That's it. Okay, so I just pushed, and I wanted to show you something. So when I come here, I go to actions, I'll see that when I push, a new build triggered to work. And that's how Jekyll is integrated with GitHub Pages. So when we push, based on the action that is kind of implemented, is it's triggering GitHub to run a small container, and just very small container with very small codes to run this technically bundle exec Jekyll serve, so that it generates all the files from the beginning again. So it built the whole static of the website again, and now it's done. Anyway, thanks for watching. Thanks for watching till the end. I hope you enjoyed the bonus special. Yeah, so this is how we can make things done, and it's definitely gonna work out for me, and I'm gonna stick to Jekyll and GitHub Pages for myself, and for the sake of having a web page and a blog for my YouTube channel. I hope you can create beautiful pages. If you have created one, please send them down in the comment section, or you can join my Discord, Telegram channel, and a group. Yeah, so just send them over. I'm gonna definitely take a look at it. Thanks again for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Hope to see you again soon. Have fun.